Yeah, good afternoon, class. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So today we will start a new topic. That chapter is pointer. Okay. So what is the purpose of this pointer? So we will discuss with some example, and but before that, we have to understand what pointer actually is. It's nothing but a variable. So in previous cases or earlier cases, when we are declaring any variable, then we have used primitive data types. We have used one user defined data type. This is an array which is based on some primitive data type. We have some other user defined data type, but we have not discussed those things till date. So we are not going to name those things right now. So let us try to understand that what kind of operations or what kind of cases we are going to use this pointer. So just I am creating a dummy function, just the main function. In this function, I will return 0. This is the basic template we are familiar with. Now, if we declare any primitive data type, we can declare the primitive data type in this way. So here we have declared two variables, x and y. Their data type is integer. Okay. Now, if I take the input, like, okay, at this moment, if I print the value of x, what will be the value of x? I want to print the value of x. It's an integer data type, so I want to print it here. What will be the output? Hello? Yeah, can you please unmute and say something? What will be the output program? It will be a garbage value because you have not assigned any value to x. So by default, it will not be initialized by 0, so it will be a garbage value. So you can see the output that this is a garbage value. In different run, the value may change or may not change, but it's a garbage. Okay. Now, if I assign some value, like if I say x equals to 10, now the value of x which will be printed is 10. Okay. So if we declare a value, we know that a memory location is being allocated for this variable. So when we have declared x and y, two memory locations are allocated by default by C compiler or C. If you use C programming language, by default that location will not be claimed. In some programming language, the value is being claimed. Like in case of Java, it will be initialized by 0. But in C programming, it will not be initialized by any value. So it will be garbage value. Now, other thing which we want to discuss here, that let us declare a variable pointer and I'm naming it as ptr. If I declare this variable in this way, it's a normal variable, it will act similar to x. But if I want to declare a variable as pointer, I have to use star before the variable name. Okay, so I have to use star before the variable name. So what will happen? So let us try to understand that what is going to happen here. So I want to print the value of x, I want to print the value of y, I want to print the value of address of x. Okay, I want to print the address of x, so I will use p. I want to print the address of y. Okay. Similarly, I want to print the value ptr and I want to print address of ptr. So I have five variables here, x, y and ptr. So I'm going to print x, address of x, sorry, x, y, address of x and address of y. So here I am going to print address of y. Now I am printing PTR and address of PTR. Okay, so let us check what will happen. So first one is x. You can just compare. The value of x is 10, y is not initialized by anything, so the value of y is garbage. Okay, so if I initialize any value, say I'm initializing it by 5, so now it will be 5. Then I'm going to print address of x, address of y, the value of x, sorry, PTR, and this is, sorry, address of PTR. So I'm going to run this program again. Now let us check what will happen. So the value of x is 10, you can just tally it. Value of y equals to 5. Value of address of x equals to 0060ff24. It's 0060ff20. Then the value of PTR is, it's a garbage value, and the last one is the address of PTR. Okay, now you can see that this value is 10. Okay, okay, now I am going to point a integer variable using this pointer. So a pointer variable is mainly used to point to another variable. Okay, so it will basically hold the address of an integer variable. As it's an integer pointer, it will hold address of an integer variable. It can hold address of x, you can write address of y, anything. So I will show it later. So PTR equals to ampersand x. That means the address of x is being stored in PTR variable. Okay, so if I want to check the PTR, what will happen? I want to check the value of PTR. PTR, it's an address of x, so I want to print it in this way by hexadecimal format. So I want to print it in hexadecimal format. So if I run this program, let us check that whether this PTR variable is pointing to the same location or not. So x equals to 10, y equals to 5, then address of x is 24, address of y is 20. Now the value of PTR is the same as the address of x. Okay, so using a pointer variable, we can hold an address of another variable. Okay, but the data type should be similar. As the pointer is declared as integer, it can hold address of integer variable only. It cannot be assigned by address of some other data type. Okay, so using PTR, we can hold the address of x. Now if I want to, so x is being pointed by PTR variable. So if I want to access the value of x, what we have to do? I want to access the value of x. So in that case, I will use star PTR. Okay, so star PTR will point, basically it will point to x and it will print the value of, x. Let me run it. Just a minute. Lots of terminals are open. Now I'm running the program and let us check. You can check the value in the last line. Star PTR prints 10. Okay. Now just to verify, if I write x plus plus, so x plus plus means x will be incremented by 1. So if I write x plus plus, then when this star PTR will be printed, it should be 11. So let us check. So that value, it will be 11. Okay. So basically the PTR variable is pointing to a memory location. It's the location of x, as we have assigned address of x to this PTR variable. Okay. So in that way we can use a pointer. Okay. If you have any query, please tell me so that we can discuss. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any query?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So from this output, what you can see, let us try to explain in graphical representation so that it will be easier to understand. Okay. And we have executed the program. The value of x equals to 10. Okay. If you can recall the program which we have written, so here the value of x equals to 10. So if during this declaration a memory block is being created, it's 0060FF24. So address is 0060FF24. So this is the memory location for variable x. Another variable has been allocated, and this is y. Its address is 0060FF, probably it's 20. Okay. And when we have declared another variable PTR, the address of PTR is 0060FF1C. So I'm writing it here, 0060FF1C. This is the address of PTR variable. So what is the value of x? So at this memory location, the value 10 is stored. At this memory location, value is 5. And what is the value of PTR? PTR is holding the address of x. We have assigned PTR equals to ampersand x. So ampersand x means address of x. So the value of PTR is 0060FF24. This is the value of this PTR variable. Okay. So if I write this function program where I want to access the value of x, so a pointer variable is pointing to variable x. If I want to access that value which is being pointed by this variable PTR, then we have to use star PTR. So if we add star during accessing that value, then it will point to the data which is stored at that location which is being pointed by this variable. So
सर
I think
PTR y का वैल्यू का ही नहीं इनपुट कर रहा, सिर्फ x का ही क्यों?
because here we have written ampersand x, PTR equals to ampersand x.
Okay sir.
Okay, now if I write PTR equals to ampersand y, now if I run this program, you will get that the address of y is stored in PTR. Let us check. So here address of y is FF20. So PTR, this line PTR is, I'm going to print the that value ptr. So what will be the value of this? This is the address of y. Okay, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so using one pointer variable, how many memory locations you can point at a time? It's a single variable, so it can hold only one data. So either it will hold x or it will hold y, address of x or address of y. Simultaneously, multiple values cannot be pointed by the single variable. We can use multiple pointers. Okay, now just for your understanding, we will use it later in our program. Just for your understanding, if I want to declare, I need a variable which will hold the address of ptr. ptr itself is a single pointer. Now I need another pointer, say it's qtr. Okay, I need another pointer variable which will hold address of ptr. So it should be declared as star star qtr. Okay, so it should be declared as this. Now if I want to hold the address of this, so qtr is being assigned by address of ptr. So qtr is being assigned by the address of ptr because it can hold address of a pointer variable. Okay, now using qtr, if I want to access the memory locations, like just I'm going to print something here. Let me print a separator so that we can understand that this is the thing which is being printed here. I want to access the value of qtr. So in that case, if I print qtr, it will print address of ptr because qtr is a variable which is holding the address of ptr. Okay, so it will hold the address of ptr. Now if I want to print address of this, address of qtr, then it will be address of qtr. Now here if I print qtr, it will print the address of ptr. Now if I want to print star qtr, then the content of ptr will be printed. Then if I use star star qtr, then the value of y will be printed. Okay, let us check. So qtr, I want to print address of qtr. It will be in hexadecimal form. I'm going to print it in hexadecimal form. Similarly, qtr is again the address of ptr. It's a hexadecimal form. Then it's a hexadecimal form. Then I want to print the value of this. Now let us run the program and check the output. Okay, you can see that what is the address of qtr. So first line after this equals line, this line is address of qtr. So qtr is assigned in some different location. So 0060ff18. So if I write it here, so the address of qtr, so qtr is a different variable, and what is the address of qtr? So this is a different variable. Address of qtr is 0060ff18 probably. Yeah, ff18. ff18. This is the address of qtr. What is the content of qtr? The next line is the qtr. So content of qtr will be printed here. So what is the content of qtr? Let us check from the terminal. Content of qtr is 0060ff1c. So it's a the value is 0060FF1C. Now you can see that this is the value. So it is holding the address of this. Okay. So it is holding the address of this PTR variable. Similarly, PTR. Okay. So previously PTR was pointing to X. Okay. So when you have drawn the figure, then PTR was pointing to X. So instead of this, PTR was X. Okay. So here, using this, we are pointing to. So this PTR is actually holding the address of X. Okay. So using QTR, if you print QTR, you want to print the value of QTR. So print QTR will print this value. Okay. So it will print the value of this. If you want to print address of QTR. So what is the address of QTR? Then it will print this value, the address of QTR. Now if you want to print star QTR. So star QTR means what? The value which is stored at QTR. So that means star QTR will print this value. Okay. Now if you want to print the value of star QTR, then it will print this value. Okay. So this value is basically, so here try to understand that how pointers are used to access different memory location. So this value is basically 10. This value is star QTR. So star QTR means the value which is stored at this location. So that means this value is 0060FF24. Okay. So then PQTR means this value is basically 0060FF1C. Okay, and the address is 0060FF18. Okay. Now if I print PTR, so PTR and star QTR both are same, because QTR is assigned by the address of PTR. So PTR and star QTR, these two things are same. So if you print it again, the same value will be printed. Okay. Similarly, if you want to access it, so if you access this ampersand X, okay, again the value will be same. So basically ampersand X, PTR or star QTR, all of them are pointing to the same thing. So they will print the same thing. Okay. Similarly here, if you write P star QTR, star QTR, it will print 10. If you write P star PTR, this value is 10 again. Okay. If you write P only the value of X, then it will be same. Okay. Any problem?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
So like, while declaring QTR, why did we use double asterisks?
If you want to store address of another pointer, then you have to add one more star during declaration.
Yes, sir.
PTR,
Then, So then if we want to store the value of qtr, then again we have to declare another with double asterisk.
Yeah. So if I declare another variable, say it's
But sir, any pointer variable with one asterisk is also a data variable which will hold a pointer. I means another address.
if you have a pointer, a single pointer, that means if you declare a pointer variable like a, like this, so this pointer variable a can hold address of an integer value.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So x is an integer value. So if I want to hold address of this x, then I have to declare this variable ptr as single pointer. If I want to hold address of this ptr, here qtr is holding the address of ptr. So how this variable will be declared? So it will be double pointer qtr. Now if I say that I have another variable pq, say it's rtr. Okay, so this is rtr. Using rtr I want to hold address of qtr, so I have to declare it as triple star rtr.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Then I can hold the address of this. So 0060 ff18, that is the address of this qtr. So this address can be held by this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in this way it will be used. So just we are discussing the what is the basic concept of using a pointer, but we have not discussed anything where we will actually use a pointer. So we will come to the application later. Just try to understand the pictorial representation first. Then it will be easier to understand the rest of the part of this chapter. Like here, I'm printing the value of qtr. So if I want to print the address of ptr, then the output will remain same, address of ptr. Okay, so it's the address of ptr because qtr is pointing to the ptr variable. So qtr is holding the address of ptr, so both will be same. Okay, so this is the way how we can manage it. So now it can hold the address of it. Yeah.
Sir, then if we increment the qtr, then it will increase by 4 bytes or just one byte.
I will come to it. Okay, just wait for a minute. I will come to it. Okay, whether this reference, is it clear how a variable is pointing to another variable? Whether it's clear to you? Any
Yes, sir.
doubt or query?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, now let us test the program. I am returning to program here. So if I perform x plus plus, the value of x will be incremented. Okay, and as ptr is pointing to the same memory location, that's why it will be incremented by 1. So star ptr will print 11. As x is 10, x plus plus will change it or update it to 11. So star ptr will print 11. Similarly, star qtr will again print 11. Or instead of this, if I write x plus equals say 5, x plus equals 5. So the value of x is 15. Okay, so the value of x is 15, and star qtr should also print 15. Let us check. So X is 15, star star qtr is again 15. Okay. Now, if I want to update the value, like here, I'm writing, so I can increment the value of x. If I want to increment the value of x by the pointer variable, then what will happen? So ptr plus plus, this ptr plus plus will not increment the value of x. It will not increment the value of x. Let me show you. Okay, just let me close the rest of the part at this moment. Okay, just neglect this part. So I'm going to print star ptr here. So x is 10, so x plus equals 5 means now current value of x is 15. Now I want to print the value. If I write ptr plus plus, now ptr plus plus will be, and then if I want to print star ptr, then the value is not as per your expectation. It's a garbage value. Okay. So star ptr, so ptr plus plus means what? This figure again. So if I write ptr plus plus, what will happen? What is ptr? In this figure, what is ptr? ptr equals to this value which is kept at this location. Okay, so this is the value of ptr. So if I write plus plus, what will happen? Let us check. Let us print the value of ptr. If I write ptr plus plus, let us check the value of ptr. Then you will understand that. So I want to print the value of ptr. So I have printed it here, the value of ptr. Then we have used ptr plus plus. Now the value of ptr. So let us check. Just before this line, the line number 21, the output of line number 21 is this. The output of line number 21 is this. Okay. Output of line number 17 is this. Okay. So I want to print it in hexadecimal form. So let us print it in hexadecimal form. Now it will be easier to understand that what is happening here. So this line is 0060ff28. So current value of ptr is 0060ff28. Line number 18 is printed here. Line number 17 is printed here. Okay. So previous value of ptr was 0060ff24. After increment, now the value becomes 0060ff28. So if we increment the value of a variable, which is a pointer variable, it will point to the next memory location. As it's an integer data type and the size of integer data type is 4 on my system, that's why it will be incremented by 4. So if I write x plus plus, the current value of x will be increased by 1. If I write ptr plus plus, then the value of ptr will be incremented by 1. So value of ptr is incremented by 1 means it will be incremented by the size of one element. As x is integer data type, then it will be incremented by 4. If it's a character, then it will be incremented by 1. Okay, so ptr plus plus will increment this value. Similarly, if I write qtr plus plus, the value of qtr will be incremented by 1. Okay. So what happens here? Look at this output very carefully. So this line, so now the current value of PTR is this highlighted line. So current value of PTR is this. So at the end of the program, line number 26, QTR is pointing to PTR. So if QTR is pointing to PTR, now at QTR, some other thing is stored, because X, the address of X is not 0060FF28. Okay, so it's pointing to a location which stores garbage. So that's why here QTR is, now the star QTR is printing garbage value. This location is printing garbage value. You can see it here. Okay, so just for your understanding, remember that if we write x plus plus or increment or decrement operation on primitive data type, the value of it will be incremented or decremented by 1. If it is being performed on pointer data type, then the value of it will be incremented by the next address. So based on the data type of the PTR variable or QTR variable, now it will point to the next element. Okay. Any question here?
Sir, I'm asking that if we increment the pointer of a pointer variable, then what will happen?
Pointer of a pointer variable, that means QTR.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just check it here. So what is the current value of QTR?
It is
QTR is 0060FF1C. It will be
Yes, sir.
incremented, this value will be incremented by 4 byte.
Okay.
Okay, it will be incremented by 4. In the similar
Yes,
way,
sir.
as in previous case, 0060FF24 is being incremented by next element. So that means 24, the next address is 28. In that case, this value is 1C. It will be incremented by 4. So what will happen? C, D, E, F, then it will be 20. The next address will be 20. Let us check if the thing remains same, then it will be 20. So let me write QTR plus plus, the address of the value of QTR. Okay, so before this line, I will print this value. Before the increment operation, I will print the value, and here I will print the value again. Okay, let me show you. So after the equal line, this is 1C, then this one is 2G. Because 1C, if you increment this value by 4 bytes, so 1C, then 1D, 1E, 1F, then the next value is 20. It's a hexadecimal representation, so it will be 20. That's why it will be 20.
Yes, sir. Yes, I got it.
Any other query from you?
No, sir.
Sir, we said that plus plus QTR could not understand. Sir.
Which one?
So plus plus PTR plus plus the garbage value, that one.
Okay. When I have written PTR plus plus, what happened? So if at this moment from this picture, if I write PTR, what will be the value of PTR? PTR is this. This is the current value of PTR.
Yes,
If
sir.
I write PTR plus plus, I'm going to print ptr. So I have written ptr plus plus, then I am going to print the value of ptr. What will be the output if I write ptr plus plus and then print ptr? The value of ptr will be incremented by 4, so its output is 0060 ff24. Sorry, it was 24. Now it will be 28. Okay. Now if I want to print the value of, the location which is being pointed by ptr. Is it fine? So star ptr. So
Yes, sir.
what is star ptr? Star ptr will print the value. Ptr will print the value of that memory location. Now star ptr will print the value which is stored at this address. Now in this memory location, whether anything is stored at 0060 ff28 address, nothing is stored. We have not allocated this memory, but still ptr is pointing to that memory location. So the unallocated memory locations, where we have not assigned anything, in those locations the values are garbage. Is it fine?
Okay, sir.
So now at this address, previously we have not stored anything here. So if we have not stored anything at this memory location, where is the pointer? Yeah. So if we have not stored anything at this memory location, then obviously this value will be garbage. Okay, it will be a garbage location. Similarly, if I write qtr plus plus, then I want to print the value of qtr. So if I want to print the value of qtr, what will be the output? The value of qtr, what is qtr? 0060 ff1c. So it will be 0060 ff1c. So after 1c it will be 20. At this address nothing is stored. We have not allocated this memory location. So if nothing is stored here, then again it will be a garbage value. So if I want to print the value, like I want to print star qtr, then this value will be again a garbage value. Okay. Any other query?
No, sir.
We don't have time to start array, so on next class we'll discuss that how to access this array, one-dimensional or two-dimensional array, using pointer, because in those cases mostly the pointers are used. Here we are discussing the basic concept. Like in class 11 and 12 we have learned lots of theorem on physics and chemistry, but we have not done practically. So it's a very basic principle of pointer. So we are going to use pointer in our application from the next class. Okay. So if you have any query on pointer, function and array, please ask me at the very beginning of the next class, because now everything will be clubbed together. Everywhere these concepts will be used. Okay. If you have any doubt in any section, then it will be difficult to manage. Okay. So fine, let me take your attendance and just give me a minute. Okay. Okay, I have downloaded your attendance. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.